Okay, guys, with this video, we are going to now experiment with layers, okay? We're going to create a hamburger using layers. So we've already looked at layers when we were creating the poster. This is going to give you an in-depth lesson in what layers are and how they create Photoshop files, or how they create our little posters and whatever it is that we want to do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to go up here into Photoshop. Don't forget, at this point you should be in the expert file, okay? When you open it up, make sure that layers is selected down here. This little layers icon, click on that so that you've got this window in the right-hand corner there, okay? If you don't see it, okay, go to up here to window and then click on or make sure that the layers icon is checked there. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new file. Let's go to new, blank file, okay? Width, 124 pixels, height, 1024, that's fine. We're not gonna worry too much about our height and width today, but our resolution, I'd like to be 200, okay? Width and height, yeah, if you keep it, we don't want it exactly, but we don't want it too small. So these would be good values, 1024 for width and height in pixels. Okay, as I said, resolution 200. We'll click on OK. All right. Now, I'm just going to make this fit my screen. So I'm going to go back up to my magnifying glass, click on Fit Screen, just so it's a little bit bigger so that I can see it and work with it. Okay. Now that I've done that, okay, you can see here, I've opened up a new file and I've got one background layer because I've got the layers box checked open, so I can see all the layers that I'm going to create. So this is my background layer. Did the same thing when you created the poster. And this is going to be my bottom layer. In other words, everything I'm going to create is going to be stacked up on top of this background layer. And this will make sense once we start actually creating what we're going to create, okay? Which is going to be a hamburger. So what I want to do is I want to have the bottom patty of my hamburger, okay? The bottom, sorry, not the bottom patty, but the bottom bun of my hamburger. So what I will do is, here in the shapes, okay, I'll click on the shape, the ellipse tool, okay? You can see we've got all these different types of shapes. I want you to click on the one that is a circle or an ellipse, okay? Put your cursor up here in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner. Just sort of draw a big circle, okay? Okay, now it's going to be the bottom bun of our hamburger bun. So I don't want to eat a blue hamburger bun. So I go into colors, okay, and I'm going to select a nice sort of darkish brown that looks like it's a hamburger bun color, a nice toasted hamburger bun color. All right, so yeah, any color you want that is kind of brown. If you don't like yours untoasted, that would be a good color. But like I said, I like mine sort of toasted, so I'm going to go a darker brown. A little bit lighter. Perfect. Okay. Now, once I've done that, you can see, look at this. I've created a new layer, okay? That layer where it says shape 1, that's actually on top of this background here. Okay, so don't think of it as one big document, but think of this as this is one layer of paper here. This background is one layer of paper. Then on top of it, I've layered, or I've put this big circle, which is going to be the bottom patty. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to double click on shape 1, and I'm going to call it, what did I say? I think I called it bottom patty. Yes, bottom bun. Great. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom bun. Okay, so next thing we need is we actually need a hamburger patty on our bun here. So same thing, make sure that I've got the ellipse tool. Okay, I will create click on, make sure that I'm going to have a circle. Now I'm going to click on, I'm going to make a slightly smaller circle, which would be my actual hamburger patty. So I don't want a brown, you can't see it because these are both the same color. So I will now check a nice That's charcoal brown. I burned my hamburger, so I don't want that. It's too dark. Okay, let's check on a nice darkish. What's this look like? Too light. Oop, let's go down here a little bit. That looks good. Nice dark cool brown, which will be my hamburger. And you can see, okay, now look at this. I've created a new shape by putting that on it. Okay, so I'm going to now click on where it says shape one, and I will put in, I will call it burger. Okay, so that's my actual burger. So now I've got the background here, background layer, which my bottom bun is lying on. So I've got a background, then I've got my bottom bun. Now I've got the burger on top of it. Okay, well, I like tomatoes with my burgers, so I'm going to put a tomato slice on my burger, and this is how we're going to do that. So I'm going to go to File, okay, go to Open, because I'm going to pick an image, okay, I'm going to pick an image of a tomato slice, and I've got that on my desktop in, where is it, in year 7, no, not in that. I know I have it here somewhere. Year 7. Nope, that's not. There it is. Year 7, sorry, year Photoshop. Okay, so there it is. That's my tomato slice there. Okay, so once I hit open, okay, so that's opened up in a new window there. Okay, don't forget, here's where my burger is. Okay, now I've got a new window where I've got my tomato slice. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, okay, is that I am going to put the tomato on our burger. Okay, now don't forget, I want to cut this all. Okay, I want to cut it all out, and I want to put it on here. So in order to select it all, I hit Command A. Okay, and I get the little dotted line around my image there. Then I will select Edit, Cut. I'll go back to my burger. Okay, then I will do. I don't want to put it on the same layer as my burger, okay? But I will now create a new layer, okay? So I will now do this, okay? I'm gonna go up here to my create a new layer icon. I click on that, okay? I'm gonna call this, tomato, okay? Notice here, because it's all blue, that means that it is selected, okay? That means that if I now do this, edit, paste, okay, you can see my tomato now appears on top of my hamburger. And I can, if I want to, I can move that around. Where did it go? See what I did here? So I now put my burger on top of my tomato. I'm going to put my tomato back on top of my burger. So in order to do that, I select the layer. I just move it up. Oop, I move it up, and there we go. So yeah, don't think of this as one-dimensional, but think of this as different layers. Once again, the bottom layer, here's my background. This next layer, here's my bun. Then this next layer here is my burger. And then I've got my tomato on top of here. Okay, and because, see that layer there where it's like all the checkers? That means that that is invisible. I can see through that. So that's why it just appears here as one little tomato slice. All right, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create another layer. Okay, I'm going to call this mustard. Okay, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some mustard on my burger. So in order to do that, I will select a brush. I'm going to select I've got it selected to my special effects brushes from my poster. So I'm going to go to default brushes. Okay, I'm going to have a nice thin brush for my mustard. Okay, go back to color, and I want a nice yellow. Let's go up here. That's a nice yellow. Select that. Okay, and if I start doing this, I'm putting mustard all over my burger. okay? If you want to create a thicker stream of mustard, that's no problem. Just go into size here for my brush and, okay? And you can see, okay? Once again, you can see that we have a new layer, okay? We've got a new layer up here where the mustard is. Once again, if I want to move that, watch what'll happen, okay? I'm going to move the mustard down so that it's on top of my burger, and now you're going to see, instead of seeing all the mustard on top of my tomato, you're going to see the tomato on top of the mustard. So I'm going to move mustard down here. Mustard is the first thing on, and there it goes. Yeah. So let's put some ketchup on there. Same thing. Create a new layer. Okay, we're going to rename that layer. We're going to call it ketchup. Okay. And we don't want yellow for ketchup. We want a nice red. That's a good red for my ketchup. Okay, and I'm just going to put some ketchup all over that. Okay. Because the tomato's at the top, I see the ketchup below it. Okay, once again, if I move the tomato down, now the ketchup appears on top of my tomato. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bun on top of all of this. All right, so if I select circle again, I'm going to select a nice light brown color for my bun. Okay, and there I go. Oh, now the ketchup's on top of my top bun. So I'm just going to name this. I'm going to rename it again. Top bun. Okay. The ketchup's on top of my top bun. I don't want that. I want my top bun covering my ketchup. So I'm just going to move the top bun. And there we go. I've got a hamburger there. Okay. I've got the top bun here. I've got ketchup, tomato, mustard. Okay. And you don't see the rest of these because this layer of top bun is covering it. I'm just going to delete this, delete the top bun. Okay. Yep. I want to delete that. We can see our burger again. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. That's an experiment in how to create layers. Okay, also, well, talk to you about that next class. Okay, so don't forget, save it. Go to File, Save As. Okay, and I want you guys to save it as first as a Photoshop on your desktop. Then when you email it to me, I want you to send it to me as a PNG file. Okay. And that is that for that lesson, guys. See you in class. Bye-bye.